Hi friends, hola, it's me again. So because today I want to film a few videos, so you're probably gonna see the same face, fit, and background and everything a few times. So just be patient with me, and hopefully you still find this video helpful. After watching my other videos, or if you just happen to stumble across my video online, and hi, my name is Christine. I want to share with you guys a few insights I got on dancing in this video. So so I'm not saying that I am an experienced, skilled, masterful dancer by all means, because I'm not. I'm still at a pretty novice point, I would say, in my life, on my dancing journey. But just through the 2 years of practicing dancing in my life, I've gained some pretty helpful insight that would have helped me when I first started. So essentially, the first thing is actually the barrier to entry to dancing is not as high as people think, or as I thought it would be. Back then, because if you really think about it from like a more higher spiritual standpoint, dancing is kind of like an essential, like a very basic enjoyment that has been granted to people, or that's granted to people by God, or by, like the creator, or by the universe, or by life in general, to everybody, because we all have bodies, and we all like kind of move our bodies when we're happy, or like, just when we find something fun, we move our body to express ourselves and stuff. So like the barrier to entry to dancing is actually not that high or hard, and it shouldn't be, right? Because it's like an essential thing, and it's like a basic enjoyment that everybody should have access to. And hence, dancing itself, in and of itself, shouldn't have a high barrier to entry. And that has indeed been the case, because before I always thought dancing is something that's like really hard and challenging. I don't know why, but like for me it was like that. And it's like really out of reach for me. But when I started practicing dancing, of course I experienced the phase of like really stumbling and really like failing, just not performing as well. And still, I don't feel like my skill sets right now is where I want to be in the long term. I know I'm still progressing, right? But sometimes when I learn a dance, like a choreography, like the first time that I completed it, like of course after a few times you're gonna improve on like certain, like you can hit certain like movement points and stuff, right? But sometimes I realized once I've learned a choreography and have completed a few rounds of it, usually that is how good I will be, at least in like a medium to long term, or short term, medium term of things, because what I'm trying to express is sometimes I find it a lot easier than I thought to learn a choreography and to carry it out, and usually if you think you're not dancing as pretty as other people are, it might be the skill points, because other people might be like hitting the movements every split second, for example, if they're really, really skilled and really good at dancing and really good at body control and, just connecting with their body, and they're in really good health too, because I've realized dancing really requires vitality and like health, like you can't be hungry and starving while dancing, you gotta be at least a little bit fed, like well nourished, in order to be able to control all your body parts in the ways that you want, so like it might be other people are just better at maneuvering their bodies since they've been dancing for a long time, or they've had a lot of inner realizations about dancing, like they've really connected with this art and they know how to like express themselves whenever and whatever, with whatever choreographies thrown at them, essentially. Like some really great dancers are definitely like that, because those people are who we look up to, or even like try to see them as role models for ourselves, right? Like we'll be like, okay, one day I want to be able to dance as good as this person does, or whatever, But essentially, sometimes I've realized that your expression of a choreography usually is already there. Like, it's not gonna be in a very long term. Of course, you're gonna improve on details, right? But like the whole picture wise, like the whole expression kind of vibe and style that you bring to the table it would be already like imprinted and expressed through choreography, like even after just a few rounds of dancing. This is something that I find really surprising for me, because I thought, like, for example, the Rude Boy choreography, by I forgot her name, oh my god, but like, just let's just say like a random choreography. Like the first time for example, the first time I danced this choreography is like a year ago, which is a long time, right? If I practice every day, which is what I did. Yeah, because I basically practice dancing every single day. But say if I danced like a choreography a year ago, yeah, sure, like maybe a few body points, like movement I can't hit yet because I am just like not that skilled in my body yet. But the whole vibe, like the entire whole picture vibe and style would be kind of similar already. Like would be, I would say, almost the same if it was just like another random stranger who is not like professional dancer watching my video, probably wouldn't be able to nitpick a lot of the details that I would be, right? But what I'm trying to say is that I've realized that sometimes the end result in dancing would be already closer than I thought that it would happen in the future, if that makes sense. And as it should be, because it's just a self-expression. It's just a way of expressing ourselves. It's not for us to compare ourselves and our body movements to other people and be like, oh, this person can dance prettier than I do, or more, like, and more beautiful than I do. Like, it's not for that. That's not the point for dancing. So we shouldn't be using it like that. We shouldn't be comparing our body movements to other people and be like, oh my god, like this person moves so pretty, I move so ugly. Like, that's just wrong. It's not about how pretty or blah blah. It's about you being able to express yourself and you being happy in your body dancing, and that vibe, that energy is what attracts people to you and what makes a person a good dancer, right? It's the ability to be able to exude and spread positivity and the joy of dancing to other people, to your audiences when you're performing. That is the main skill. And where we get that is through realizing, we're not trying to compare ourselves. We're not trying to be pretty all the time, obviously, but I do want to, like, I know a lot of people, they will be like, I do want to look pretty when dancing. I want to portray a beautiful dance to my audience. Yeah, that is normal and natural and just great to do, I guess. Like, if I were your audience, I'll be like, yeah, I appreciate that. I want to see beautiful performances, of course. But we gotta still stay focused on the point that dancing is an essential human right. Yeah, essentially, like, it's meant for us to connect to our body and to find sensuality for ourselves and to express whatever happy energies and mood and expressions through our bodies in our own ways. So yeah, like, that's what I want to, I guess, talk about. I know, like, probably a lot of dancers have already realized this, and have already applied this to their lives, but I just want to kind of I guess raise the awareness and bring this topic to the table, so, like, I guess, like, as to be one of the people that would openly talk about this. Yeah, I guess. So that's all for this video, and I hope it's helpful in terms of helping you progress on your dance journey, because that has been my case. I've realized that, like, because, okay, I used to, like, really nitpick a lot of details or executions on my dance skills, to a point where the first time where I learned Rude Boy, but Natsumi, I think that's her name, the choreographer. I first learned that dance a year before I had the confidence to film and upload it. And throughout this year, like I was practicing every single day, like literally for just like on one dance for a year, like alongside some like foundational movements and stuff. But I was just like nitpicking. I was just like nitpicking myself, and I was mean to myself. So I don't want other people to, you know, experience the same thing, and that's why I'm sharing it. But essentially, I realized the first time I filmed it, like Rude Boy, versus a year later, like the difference is not even that big. Like even from myself, like the standpoint of me when I'm watching, you know, some things that I nitpicked, maybe it's just not the way that my body moves, and that's fine because everybody has different bodies, you know. And I want to like explore the range of movements that my body has and be able to fall in love with that, and knows like what kind of movement style is the best match to my energy and to my soul, you know. And I know for sure in my heart already, like in my soul, that it's gonna be unique and very pretty and my favorite. That's like, it's gonna be my favorite, otherwise it wouldn't be mine, you know. Like that's kind of my mindset here. Yeah, so like that's all for this video, and I really hope that you find it helpful, or you connect with what I'm saying, you find it true as well. Yeah, and yeah, see you guys in my next video, and yeah, bye. See you, and hope you guys can get into dancing as well, because dancing is really a fun way to express yourselves. Yeah, and I think that's all for this video. Okay, bye, peace out. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye. Jimmy. Yeah.